Hello, my name is Stephen. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm here to talk about the occupational therapy aspect of pulmonary rehab. But first things first, what is occupational therapy? What do we do? Well, occupational therapy promotes health and well being by enabling individuals to perform meaningful and purposeful occupations. These occupations include, but are not limited to, self care, leisure, domestic and community activities, and work. As occupational therapists, we work with individuals, families, groups, and communities to facilitate health and well being through engagement or re engagement in occupation. Now, what is our role? What is our role in this multidisciplinary team approach for pulmonary rehabilitation? Our role is to promote independence and safe performance of activities of daily living. Activities that are purposeful and meaningful to the individual while self managing and controlling their condition. We empower the individual to take charge in managing their condition as they engage in their ADL or activities of daily living. Examples of activities of daily living are self care, like dressing, cooking, feeding, washing, and showering. Another ADL is work, leisure, community activities. These are outdoor activities and community participations. And these are through education, understanding the condition in you. Energy conservation, the four P's and an A. Task modification, environmental assessment and intervention. Fatigue management, your energy battery. In 2016, a research article published in the International Journal of COPD by Nini Honkman et al. Entitled, Do Self-Management Intervention in COPD Patients Work? And Which Patient Benefits the Most? The study concluded that self-management intervention exert positive effects in patients with COPD on respiratory-related and all-cause hospitalizations. And there is a modest effects on a 12-month health-related quality of life, thus supporting the implementation of self-management strategies in the clinical practice. And these benefits seems to grow across the subgroup studied, and limiting self-management interventions to specific patients subgroups cannot be recommended. Thus, interventions would benefit everybody and across the board with people with COPD. The occupational therapy objectives. What is our objectives? We have outlined 4 occupational therapy objectives. After this video presentation, the individual will be able to learn and understand first, the condition, COPD, the environment, the activity, and one's energy battery. Second, energy conservation techniques, the 4 P's and an A, the 5 principles of energy conservation, prioritization, planning, pacing, positioning, and adaptive equipments. Third, you will be able to use this knowledge and techniques to self-manage, engage or re-engage yourself to perform your daily and weekly meaningful activities. And fourth, you will be able to increase your activity engagement and promote and improve your health and well-being during the process. The condition, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is the name for a group of lung condition that causes breathing difficulties. It includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. The main symptoms of COPD, according to the NHS, are increasing breathlessness, particularly when you're active, persistent chesty cough with phlegm. Some people may dismiss this as just a smoker's cough. Frequent chest infection, persistent wheezing. The main factor of COPD that would limit or hinder our performance in everyday life is breathlessness and fatigue. The environment. The environment is the circumstances, objects, or conditions by which one is surrounded. We need to understand and determine how our body reacts to the environment. We need to understand and document the factors that will likely exacerbate our symptoms and increase your breathlessness that is brought by the environment. We need to look at the following environmental factors, for example, temperature. Some people would react to extreme heat and cold, and it increases their breathlessness, and they fatigue easily. The time of day. When do you perform well during the day? Is it indoors or outdoors? Outdoors is always weather dependent. Indoors are always better than outdoors, as you could control the temperature, physical environment, and even the number of people around you. Ventilation. The well ventilated the environment, the better the airflow, the better for breathing. The activity. Does the activity involve heavy lifting, fast pace, long and continuous non-stop movement for a period of time? Does the activity involve awkward posture and positioning, bending up, bending down, turning left and turning right? Is the activity even meaningful to you? Or do you even want to do the task? Your occupational therapist will help you analyze, modify such specific activity through activity analysis for you to be able to perform such specific task while looking at all the factors involved. Your energy battery. This is one that fuels your performance. This is your capability. Task performance is highly dependent on our energy level. The more energy we have, the higher probability of task performance and completion. But with COPD, we seem to have a low storage of energy, hence breathlessness and fatigue. You have to understand your stored energy as a battery. And that battery is full when you wake up in the morning, and it slowly drains as you go through the day. We need to understand and manage our energy battery so we are able to perform the task that we want to do in the entire day. Your energy battery is different every day. Your occupational therapist will advise you to rest before you tire or watch for the signs of fatigue, which means that you are only allowed to consume a specific amount of your energy battery, and then you need to rest in order to recover faster. Mild pain, mild breathlessness, or even a slight feeling of discomfort are some signs of fatigue. The more you drain your energy battery, the longer for you to recover. And if you drain your energy battery to zero, your recovery might take longer or even days. This then reduces your activity level, reduces your engagement, and promotes a negative quality of life. I am going to show you a chart, and we can call this the cycle of overactivity and poor management that leads to reduced quality of life. When you spend your entire day being overactive, managing poorly, and neglecting the signs and symptoms and frequently draining your energy battery, this behavior leads to increased breathlessness, increased fatigue, and increased pain. Pain and fatigue limits your performance in daily activities, thus decreasing your activity level. And when this decrease in your activity level is prolonged and frequent, this will cause deconditioning. And when you are deconditioned, your engagement in your activities of daily living and your occupation is limited, causing a reduced quality of life. This is the usual feeling when you're in bed the whole day. We need to create a positive cycle of change. We owe this to ourselves. Ideas for energy conservation. Energy conservation techniques. These ideas will help you engage, perform your daily activities while managing and controlling your condition. This will promote habits that in the long run will promote more participation and performance of tasks. Changing habits for energy conservation may seem awkward at first, but it becomes easier over time. This will help you to prioritize yourself than any other task. This will help you to control the condition, not the other way around. The most important thing for energy conservation is you. The principles of energy conservation, the 4 P's and an A: prioritization, planning, pacing, positioning, adaptive equipments. Prioritization. Prioritize yourself, your energy battery. Then prioritize tasks that needs to get done. These are usually self-care activities. Tasks that are meaningful to you, tasks that you wanted to do. Tasks which can be left until another day, do it another day. And tasks that can be delegated to someone else, give it to them. Do not multitask. In prioritization, as you look at the task, try to simplify the task so that they can be done in an easier way. Stand back and look at the situation, then reorganize and plan. This leads to the second principle, planning. Planning is looking at the task. Think things through and plan your time on a daily and weekly basis. A diary will be very helpful. Know your energy battery and how much do you have in store and how much you can invest and will use in every specific task. Plan out the week to balance the amount of heavy work. Schedule shopping one day, laundry the other, cleaning another. You need to rest before you do hard work. In this way, you have recharged your energy battery. Alternate heavy and hard work with rest and light work in between. Plan specific tasks to do them. Try to eliminate extra trips. Do difficult chores at your best time of the day, when you have the most energy. This is mostly in the morning where you still have a good amount of your energy battery. Recreation and leisure is very important. Plan to spend some energy on fun activities. Use mental energy before physical energy. Think about what you are about to do. Think how you need to do them. Plan your activity. The third principle of energy conservation is pacing. Pacing is difficult but important. Avoid rush. It uses up more energy. You have to rest before you tire. Allow a certain amount of your energy battery to be consumed before you rest. In this way, recovery is faster. Don't fight fatigue. You will never win. Spread work throughout the day with planned rest breaks. Alternate light and heavy, sitting and standing, fast and slow activities, and always rest in between. Do difficult chores at your best time of the day when you have more energy. And allow yourself ample time to complete the task without being rushed. Allow for flexibility and leisure in your routine. It is better to feel well and participate in family life than to feel tired and sore with attempting to do all your chores done. The fourth principle of energy conservation is positioning. Always use good posture to take away the strain of the body. Good posture uses less energy to do tasks. If possible, sit while working. Arrange work and storage areas to be more efficient. For example, preparing to make a tea. How many steps does it take to prepare a tea? 6 or more. For example, you go to the kitchen counter, to get the kettle. You take the kettle, you go to the sink. You put water in the sink, and you go back to the countertop. You turn the kettle on. You bend down to get your mug. You bend up to get the tea bags. You bend down again to get the teaspoon. And then you go to the fridge to take the jug of milk. You go back to the counter again. And then when the water boils, you pour the boiling water in the mug. Put the tea bags on the mug and then put the milk on the mug. After that, you have to bring back the milk back to the fridge again. And then you go back on the countertop. Now, those are a lot of steps to make a tea. Imagine if you take 3 to 5 cups of tea a day. If you positioned all those needed stuff to make a tea, you got your kettle, you got your mug, you got your tea bags, you got your teaspoon, you got enough milk for your entire consumption for your tea, it takes away all those steps. Another example of positioning is divide shopping loads in each hand. You can alternate sitting and standing activities. The last principle of energy conservation is adaptive equipment. If you need adaptive equipments, your occupational therapist can assess you with one, as adaptive equipments are very client specific. We don't want to overcompensate. We want to maintain or improve your skill. But there are general adaptive equipments that can be used that are already here and around us. These are labor-saving devices that will conserve your energy, like supermarket trolleys, wheeled shopping bags. The best one is chairs. Chairs is a very good one. You can use a more convenient method of food preparation, like pre-packed food and microwavable food. Now, you probably heard the word rest a lot during my discussion. Frequent rest, rest before you tire, add rest in between tasks, alternate heavy and light work with rest in between, and etc. Rest is our biggest tool to manage the condition and us. I am going to share to you a breathing technique to do during rest in order for you to recover faster. And you can do this with me. And we call this the 4-second breathing technique. First, you sit comfortably in a chair. You can do this with me now. Breathe in through your mouth for 4 seconds. Out through your nose for 4 seconds. In through your mouth for 4 seconds. Out to your nose for 4 seconds. Focus on your breathing and the air coming in and out, and also your counting. Do this several times, and you can even do this while performing light tasks. Now, I will talk to you about a sample case study. This is about Nan. Nan is a 72-year-old grandmother of 2 kids. She is also a mother of 2. She lives alone. She has COPD. She is currently at the end of her pulmonary rehabilitation program. She lives in a bungalow. She is very independent. And she is very famous for her homemade scones, and she is proud of it. One day, Nan received a phone call from one of her children that they are going to go visit her in the evening after school. Nan is very excited about it and couldn't wait to see her grandchildren. The night before, Nan was thinking that she needs to manage and control her COPD in order for her to enjoy the visit from her family. So Nan did. Prioritization. Nan prioritized the task that she needs to do for the next day, and these are baking scones and playing with her grandchildren. She put off other tasks that doesn't need to be done on that day. The next day, when Nan woke up in the morning, she then looked at the activities and she needs to do during that day. First, she assessed her COPD and took her meds. She feels that she is feeling all right, a bit excited. Second, she then assessed her environment. She feels the home temperature is just okay enough for her preference. Third, she then assessed her energy battery. She feels her energy battery is the same every morning when she wakes up. She feels she can do both tasks that she wanted to do that day, which is baking scones and playing with her children. Nan then planned. Nan got out of the bed at 9 a.m. and decided to do self-care activities until 10 a.m. These were washing and breakfast. She then rested until 11 a.m. She did the breathing exercises, the 4-second breathing exercises, and a bit of 15 minutes mindfulness. and she proceeds to bake the scone. Nan knows it takes an hour to bake the scone. So Nan prep and positioned all the needed ingredients and utensils in the counter, plus pulling out her perching stool. A perching stool is an adaptive equipment that she can use later. She then rested for 10 minutes. After resting, she then preheated the oven. Then she made the dough for her scones and placed it in the oven. While waiting for it to cook, Nan rested and did another bit of mindfulness for 15 minutes. When the scones were cooked, Nan took it out to cool down. She took one for a taste and she had her tea. Nan felt she managed the baking fairly well as she paced properly and felt she wasn't tired. But she remembers that she will never push herself and always rest in the middle. All the baking and the prep was finished by around 12:30. Nan knows that playing with her grandchildren is going to take a lot of energy, so she decided to have a nap until they arrive at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m., Nan woke up and the children arrived. They had tea and Nan played with them until 4 p.m. They played cards and checkers and ate some scones. She had her son do the dishes. They had fun that day. Nan was happy as she felt she had managed the breathlessness and fatigue and did a lot of happy activities during the day. Nan reported that she would now plan her everyday task as she planned for this day. Always remember, think of yourself first, your energy battery. Think of the work, the task, and the environment. Look for strategies to conserve energy, the principles of energy conservation, the 4 P's and an A. Always remember, I am more important than any other task. The more I can change and manage, the more I can do. The more I can do, the more I can engage. The healthier I will be, the happier I become. And this is the positive cycle of change for a better quality of life. Thank you and have a nice day.